Where's the entrance? Alright. What is our line, even? What do we own? Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. Can we, like, put something in the corner so I can see that that's where the fence goes? Anything? Sure. Where's the edge? So make this up. Alright, so that's that line. Hardly even helps. So, it's the edges of the bridge. I know the scenario is called the bridge, but you get the idea. I'm just going to build some paths, and knowing where those go will help. Do we have a drinks thing? We do also have this. Alright, now we need some rides. The best part about this scenario is I don't have to deal with any of the other silliness of like land and other things. Oh, really? Hopefully you don't crash. This doesn't have any brakes. Just so we're clear. I'm just gonna bet that I can get away with this. Alright, this is going swimmingly. I need more rides, though. Please don't give me more tracked rides that aren't roller coasters. I don't want that. Not a fan. Something like this, probably. It works. Does this car ride actually work, or is it just dumb? Either way, we're opening it. Hope the ride's okay. Oh, perfect. It's actually a really good car ride. It doesn't cost me a bazillion dollars. Open it up. Oh wait, do I get other choices? What are the other choices? Okay, it doesn't say. So I'm just gonna go with this. Look at this pirate ship. Yes, look at all these suckers. They're all suckers. They're all suckers. I don't think we have any other unique rides. Ooh. Can build Boats. Yeah, I can deal with this. I think I can do this and then just kind of build back. So as long as they can get to the ride exit, right? I'll let them figure out how to ride. I always thought this was one of the coolest rides that's in the game because they could just bow at. I don't want too much of a line forming for this one, though. I don't want guests to get lost on the stupid boats. How do we not kill somebody? Is the correct answer. You guys are making really crappy. I have to make one that I can start using in the other scenarios. I mean, we built this. That's actually hilarious that it went under the... That's actually really cool. It's Biba. How'd you do in Sunday Cup? We're going to try not to harm guests here. This is a very dangerous ride. It's a very easy way to hurt guests. Oh, I'm one over. Am I just wrong here? Nope. Something's wrong. No. Won't that be it? Well, good recovery ride. I don't know what I did here. Either way. Can I get from here right now? Might be able to. Let's see what we can do. The key thing is that this ride actually has to be like actually fun and not kill people. We need more roller coasters unlocked. We need to make fat bucks in this level. Oh, we did unlock a roller coaster. Unlock more roller coasters and thrill rides. Oh dear. Cannot get up. Cannot get up this hump. Can it? Cannot get up this hump. As nice as that looked. We have to redo the drop. Oh boy, that's gonna mess stuff up royally. Okay. Something like this. Something like this, maybe? No, stop going up. Try that. So I covered the whole ride, so that hopefully little dinghies can't flip out of the ride. I'm always worried about that with this ride. Every time I build this ride, somebody wrecks and like loops off of a turn because they can. Oh my goodness, there's a Boat all the way. Okay. Okay, good, they can make their way back. I was very concerned that they could not. Alright, dinghy is now going kind of fast up. They're bumping into one another, but they've not wrecked yet. But whatever piece does not have chain does need to have chain. Try again. This is just a disaster now. Figures we get the bobsled coaster too. Because why not wreck more? Why not wreck more? No, you ain't. What is happening? Can it please go down? Oh, Ant. Ant, the captain of the gravy train. Captain of the gravy train. Oh, we need to go down to level. No, no, no. It's still stuck. Why can you not get down the thing? Like, okay, one, oh! Chain cannot, wow. Yeah, you're convincing me, Ant. I have a new Jorb title. It's just way too much free. Why not? Let's. I said I was going to start last week. Alright, this Boat needs to make its way around the track. Hopefully before the next thrill ride is complete. Okay, good, we didn't wreck. Wow, this is pretty crazy. I might have actually made a good slide, and I cheated by paying extra for the covered part, but I don't think they find it as fun because it's covered. Yes, it's a little bit intense. It's still a good ride, and it will open at 10 American dollar bucks. Well, not whatever. Yeah. Dinghy slide 4.5. I like it because I don't have to fix terrain. What's this guy doing? Oh, he does. Oh, he's out of monies. Oh no. How many times did he ride the? Did he ride profit taking 5 times? Oh my word, he did. Well, that's why we call it profit taking. Alright, making 4 grand. Alright, let's get this in here. I need my other hand. Is it my cool down exercise beverage? Yeah, this is like the 3rd scenario in Corkscrew Follies. I'm slowly relearning how to actually play this game. Slowly. Bobsled coaster. I need to make one that doesn't kill people. Oh my word. What's something cool? Is there a hotkey for raising or lowering? Let me make sure I'm seeing the whole comment. Raising and lowering terrain. You hold shift and you drag the mouse up and down to align whatever it is you're placing with whatever. Otherwise it's going to put it at the lowest position it can. So shift basically puts it in build a support for it mode, so you can actually see what the highest support is for the object. 8, 9, and 0 toggle the heights. I changed the heights in... Yeah, you gotta hold shift and then move the mouse button. If there are other hotkeys, and they are over here. And you can... There's too much for me to even know. If there's a particular one you need, you can make it... Like, if you get annoyed... Like, I'm too used to the way I do this, but, like, there's certain tile inspection, like I think there's ways to, like, toggle invisibilities on here if you need to change anything, but, like, 8, 9, and 0 are in here somewhere, too. All the transparency stuff. So a lot of the transparency stuff is the num keys. Right, left mouse, or mouse 4 and 5 or whatever. I guess 5 and 6, but on my mouse it's 4 and 5, but the game thinks it's 5 and 6. Maybe because there's a 0 involved? I don't know. But that's what you do. That I use the enlarged UI, so hopefully it's, like, more readable. No. I do not believe so. It's possible. There are some differences. Like, do we need to go down the differences? Let's go down the differences. This is a bad scenario to do this. But here are some of the changes that I've noticed in the game. First of all, it's harder. And I don't know why the devs... Like, there was, like, all these weird discussions, and several of them go years back. But I just noticed some things. For instance, I cannot charge an entry fee to the park that's like $40 and also charge like $3 to ride. This is something you could do in Roller Coaster Tycoon 1, Instead, it, it it I think it's trying to merge the different formulas and fix big time abuses you could make of it, which was I guess I was unintentionally doing. I'm not really sure, but basically the way the game actually works, if you charge anything for a ride or charge anything to get in the park, if you do both, the guest will basically cut their expectations of the costs of things by one fourth. So this is why gentle rides you basically have to let them ride for free, whereas in the original game, you could charge like $1. It's not a huge difference, but this begins to extrapolate over what you can charge for coasters. In Loopy Landscapes, so it contrasts with the water. I just let it pick random. That's a fair point. I'm not going to do it, but next time I build it, I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it just for you. We'll pick a different color. If I have to shut the ride down, it's not happening. Just so you know. But look at that line. That's money. We're not. The color will stay a very Iggy friendly color, very iguana color. But anyway, so that's one of the issues I noticed. So what I started doing in these scenarios is charging for the ride. Everything in the park is now charged, and the park entrance is free. Now I can charge like 40 or $50 once I have a bunch of rides at the park. My rule used to be in the original Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 was charged like $3 on a new roller coaster, $2 on a one year plus roller coaster, and then eventually people like if the scenario goes like 4 years, I don't care. But at any rate, and every two rides that I built, I would raise the park entry fee by $5. So I began to notice that wasn't working. And so that's been changed and so it's basically harder. But you can still fleece your guests the way that you did before. It's just that if you charge for both, it really changes the expectation of them. Because in the later Roller Coaster Tycoon games, there are scenarios that you are not allowed to charge entry fee to the park, and this is, I think, bringing that in a line. Because remember, it's multiple games, and they're also trying to address some issues and bugs with the game as well. So it's not necessarily a one-to-one comparison. I can kind of deal with it, but them trying to say it's the same game, I can't quite say that, and that kind of bugged me. The other thing is between Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 and Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, there is some other formula that you can use for like guests coming in. That's a side thing we'll get into. Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 and Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, they changed some of the properties of some of the roller coasters. They changed their names, which just doesn't, I mean, it matters and doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. But certain pieces of track, and like for instance, more tracks can have, I think, on-ride photos. It's increased the number of tracks that have booster elements and I think brake elements. Yeah, considering how easy it can be to fleece guests, but on more challenging scenarios, you're going to have to balance. Like in the last scenario, I had to get, I think, 1,400 guests in the park, and that becomes a problem when half your guests are broke and looking for the exit, and they're mad because the way the game works. So some of the roller coasters got changed as far as what parts. So technically, I guess you can make a cooler roller coaster on some of the other ones, but they also were changing this in the base game, so that's not exactly something that um, you know, it's very. I would say it's pretty much in line with I should say the reason that like boosters and stuff were not on certain roller coasters in the original game. No, they don't want to go to the exit. Well, they can. We'll get into that. But as far as the coaster stuff, there's actually programmatical limitations in Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 that I think got fixed in 2. That and then open RCT goes a little bit beyond that to address right. But basically, like there's certain a lot of the things are only like 32-bit or like 4-bit or something. Like certain things could only be tracked in certain ways, so that when they had to incrementally track certain things on certain rides, they couldn't put boosters on it and stuff. There's some technical explanation as to why the certain rides don't have certain things, besides just like research and what like wooden roller coasters would have and stuff. So not every coaster has every feature, so that's fine. the there's supposed to be something that I don't know if it was a toggle I needed to do when I installed the game or something. Maybe that was there, but apparently there's some other way to generate guests. So this is something that I don't know. I don't know if this has really changed, and I couldn't find anything that really said. I think it works just the way it's supposed to, based on the original game. There's some code floating out there. There's definitely a plugin, but just so you understand, it makes perfect sense. There's basically a logarithmic function or something that determines how many guests are flowing into the park every day or month or whatever it is. Doesn't matter, but some frequency of the guests are coming into the park. That is based on the number of rides that you have and what type that they are. The more rides, and basically the better the rides that you have. That raises this maximum cap of people you're allowed to have in the park. So if you feel that you've basically hit an equilibrium where nobody else is entering the park, one of the reasons that can happen is you don't have enough rides. You basically hit critical mass, and like let's say it's not like this, but let's say every ride you build is 50 people. Really, it's like little rides are worth a handful of people, and like nice coasters and stuff. Like the actual higher, like what you would consider the high end of research coasters. I think it's random the way you get them in the game. But like let's say you get the best one, the vertical drops, and all the ones that have all the more interesting features and special features, and then they seem like they're the cream of the creme, cream of the crop. So those might add like 120 to 150 more people. So you have to keep building these in order to increase that cap. But they don't just all show up in a month. They show up over time. So advertising in the game, and it's good to do this if you have the extra cash, and this is something now that I generate more cash in the game, I can do this. It temporarily raises this guest limit until the advertising's done. And that basically causes the influx to try to reach equilibrium a little bit better, and it will go above whatever that it'll go to a different equilibrium. Hope that makes sense. But once the advertising is done, the equilibrium gets dropped back down. Now, if they're already in the park, they don't just leave. But it doesn't. It's not going to be sending in new guests until some of these filter out. So guests leaving the park. This one I don't know everything about, but basically, when guests go broke and they can't do anything, they leave the park. And if they're going broke very quickly, the balance between influx of guests in the park versus those in the park actually can change quite a bit. And if you're trying to, on these later scenarios, get like 2,000 people in the park, you now have a problem because you want to make money so you can build more rides more quickly, and you only have so much time to do it. But if your guests are going broke and all leaving the park, happy or not, you don't want them leaving mad. Because if they stay in the park and are getting mad, they're either lost, can't find the exit, or like usually they'll start saying that if they're like, you can tell they're getting mad. If they're just leaving broke, that you have to deal with this issue, but otherwise it doesn't matter. You've taken all their money. Now, yeah, so, but yeah, I don't think you have, so the original Roller Coaster Tycoon 1, so that's how guests work. And I think they raised the cap above 5,000, but I don't know. I haven't built one large enough, and understanding these limits, I think you would need to have a plugin that allows guest influx to just happen more. But there you go. As far as guests getting lost, so the kiosk is a very critical tool because it tells the guests. So normally the guests are random walkers. You can tell this, well, I inferred this. If you remove a path from under a walker and they're just on a random hill and they don't know where they're going, they will just randomly walk. They don't know where they're going, and they'll just continuously randomly walk. And if you put a random ride in the park, guests don't just flock to it. They just, like if you made a square path, and they basically will just walk around until they walk up to one of these queues and go, or walk up to the doorway of the thing, because the doorway itself acts as a queue of one. If you didn't know, if for some reason you don't want to build a queue for a ride, and you don't have space, but you just want to fill the ride and just get the entrance open, they will basically queue as one to basically handle the getting into the ride part. But obviously that's not very useful if you want to have, if the ride's useful for making profit or having people in line so they're not complaining that the place is overcrowded and stuff. It's not necessarily useful, but there you go. They are not a, you understand how Caesar 3 works. I can just talk about it this way. They are a directionless walker. It's literally it. They're a random walker. Kiosk, if they buy a map at the kiosk, they now know for certain where all of the rides are in your park. So, for instance, this guest that we looked at that's broke rode the same ride 5 times because they got off the ride, and then what did they do? What was their choice? Was this something I did on purpose? Not this time. But it's actually quite funny and probably abusable, and I find that hilarious, that there's a 50-50 shot at best, because he knows where this ride is, that instead of, he gets off this ride and immediately gets back on the ride. Oh, that's hilarious. We literally, this coaster is called profit taking, and that's the epitome. So that's the potential penalty of offering people maps. That they're basically a directed walker at that point. Because I guess you can't abuse that because they may just go to a different ride. But that guy rode that ride 5 times and emptied his wallet. And then see ya. What I really should do is have, oh my goodness, do we just build a little tram and test this? A little tram that goes from there to here. Oh man, but I hope that answers all your questions. Glad I could help. Oh, we don't have a transport ride. Do we just get rid of the kiosk and just have every guest? Is every guest riding this ride like 1,000,000 times? How many times have you ridden this ride? Oh my word. He's only been on 2 rides, but he's spent over $40. Oh, he's now ridden 7 rides. This is a $15. He's ridden this 3 times. Does he have a park map? He does have a map. I could run an ad campaign specifically to drive. Yeah, so the ad campaign, I'm pretty sure, tells them where it is in the park. So some of the scenarios are difficult in that you don't get the information kiosk. So you have a lot, like Koya's been playing that. It's one of the first ones where you get this big forested park, and they have stupid paths everywhere. I got through it no problem, but I also played the game like 1,000,000 times before. Koya's struggling with it because the handymen start going to dumb places, the mechanics go to dumb places, so I just overhire because I have the extra cash. But in his case, the guests are leaving trash, they start to get mad. He handled the trash problem, but it's just like because of how big the park is, the rides don't have like the critical mass to just be constantly rolling in money. And he gets to like 800, 900 people, and then everything just starts going pear-shaped. But parks like that, it probably helps a lot with parks like that. This park is very simple because all they're going to do is, I mean, they have nowhere to go. I think it was Sensible Streamer that said the first thing they do on a lot of these parks is delete all the paths to start. You get $10 per path. But yeah, once I stopped charging a park entry fee, I mean, we're not making a boatload of money yet. Let's make more money. But here's the issue: is that we got people that feel sick. I'm running out of cash. The loan rate's not. I don't think it's meant to be consequential in this game. I mean, you look at if you're losing $500 over the course of a park season. But no, Open TTD has inflation, and you can also have the rate change. I think that's all an option. I think it's just meant to be like what your starting cash level is, kind of. Because I think every scenario starts with you taking a loan. You know it's warm when all the ice melts, but you're cold all the time, so you can't tell that. Okay, so what do we steal? Oh, we got Twister. We already built it. Yep. So the map, I guess, I get the map doesn't like. I don't think the guests like. I'm not even sure they become a directed walker. I just know that it helps reduce them wandering without finding a ride or something to do. But don't like expect it to you know, solve a world crisis for you. These are the worst rides. They're actually quite fun. Why are they so fun? So it's got a drop. Just these rides are always annoying to me because it's always so dumb to build the entrance and exit for them. But we can just build it here. But I would like to just have a steel mouse that I like. I have an idea. I have an idea to make this palatable. Can't I just make the station bigger? Let's just make the station bigger. Why didn't anyone ever just make the station bigger? There's no booster on this one, is there? Oh. Normally I would put the entrance on the other. Well, this could be bad. Yeah, we'll be okay. On the ride. But yeah, so I can basically charge like 4 times or more than what I was charging before. This is probably an easy $10 ride. Probably more, to be honest. Let's try $18. Just make them all go broke. Make sure no one dies on this ride. This is at level 0. Okay. Can I do the thing that does the stuff? It looks like it. Oh dear, I have created a monster. Oh, I could fix it actually. If you didn't know you could do that, you can modify the... You can overwrite without deleting it first. Hey, I solved this thing's crisis of being dumb. Beautiful. Fix entrance. How many are they gonna pay? Look at this. Look at this sucker. Here, Roxanne M. They've got a map. And they just paid Did they just pay $18 to get on this ride? They just paid $18 bucks to get on this ride. So we built a wooden coaster. The only thing we don't currently have in the park... Oh, that's the other thing, is that it counts... We're looking... Generally, you want to work with unique rides because there's a reduced effect. And you can't charge as much money once you duplicate a ride. Now, if all you have is one type of coaster, just charge like half price or something. I think it's a quarter or a third of the less expected value. But I don't know what that does to like the max guests. Maybe it's just to get less. What other ones can we do here? Just give me something that has a reasonable exit and entrance. That's all I'm looking for. I have no idea what these came from. I think they came with like loopy landscapes and stuff, but I just don't know what they're from. I really don't know. That's about the end of the park. Alright, now this one doesn't have... What do you call it? This one can go very wrong. It has an on-ride photo, which I don't think was in the original, but it could have been added. This is interesting. I wonder how crazy this is actually going to be here. Let's see. This is probably way too crazy. Let's break it down to 31 just so no one dies. We have no money left, by the way. Oh, the ride's supposed to end over there. Well, I guess we don't need that then. Get rid of the supports. It's got to get over there. That's sad. How are we getting over there? Can I get through over here? No. No. Oh, no. Okay, let's try this. Can I cross the ride? Yes, I can. That's the edge of the park. It's going to have to actually be a tight turn. This is also the edge of the park. Disaster. This is also a disaster. Not allowed to go one to the right because it's the edge of the park. Very disaster. Hopefully they don't all puke. But can I just go further and then just fix it? What's the height on this? 2? Maybe I'll actually go under this. Yeah, I can just go under this. This one doesn't have the like the 30-degree bend, which is kind of annoying. Okay. We'll give this a shot. I'm not happy with it. Not super happy. But if it fits what I need, I'll make it work. I think I can even charge more for on-ride photos. I just don't. Now let's see how dumb this ride is. I also figured out that we already knew you could add decorations and stuff near rides, and it raises the excitement. But now I build all my rides in like clusters because I noticed that the more like rides on top of rides and rides crossing like through corkscrews and stuff, that all adds like points to excitement. This is going to go so poorly. It is going to crash. It's going to be a disaster. There's no way this isn't a disaster. I will be impressed if it doesn't. Like, I learned something about this game if it doesn't crash. Oh my goodness, it was about to crash. We are going to hurt people on this ride. Let's do it. Let's do it. What were the lateral G's on it? Did we actually not hit? We didn't hit? We didn't hit the magic number of bad. Wow, we got a winner. We got a winner. We have a winner. See, I just want coasters that don't take up all of the space and don't have stupid entrances and exits. I don't think that's a whole lot to ask. Let's go. I'm well aware they can't, bud. It's okay. I can only go so fast. Here's a real question, though, is how do I want to... the edge of the park, so... I want a line. I want a line of people trying to get into my coaster. Not like that they are. It's a 3. How am I ever getting them in? This is a disaster. What I should do is put the entrance on the other side. Oh, we're smart. Actually, no, I got it. I got it. I know what to do. It's a waste of money, but I know what to do. Oh no, that ride broke down. No! This is a really terrible queue line, but I'll make it work. What a disaster. This is a disaster. Okay, now that I've wasted a sufficient amount of $bucks, I'm just gonna do the temporary fix. I have the ride saved the way I like, but I know what will work here for right now. And that's this. Oh dear, we have a lost guest. They are stuck on the boat hire. Oh, they'll find their way back. We hope. Yeah, I need more mechanics, and I need more handymen. We're fleecing the guests. We can afford it. Which way is the correct way here? This way? So we learned about the mine train coaster. Did I return any of the loan? No. Look at how much money we're making in a single month. $8,000. We're still in year 1. Look at this! The bestest mouse. Look at that. A scam. It's all scam. Oh no! It's playing at the wrong speed. Control failure. We better give this some benches. Oh no! Oh no, I was telling Yogi about this. The mechanic fixed it. Are there people on the ride? Oh, not this time. No one want to pay to go on it? Might have broken down with nobody on it. But yeah, it's the control fails. It starts to go at stupid speed. I think it's hilarious. So this is the biggest issue at our park, is it's too expensive. Everyone's going broke. The dinghy slide thing is too long. This is just oh no, it's long because it had to be repaired. It had to be repaired. Wooden roller coaster might be my favorite. So which one did we build? We already have a wooden. It's this one, right? Yeah, wooden roller coaster. So I need the mine. No, we have classic wooden, not the wooden wooden. I don't like the classic wooden because it's... No, they all matter. I don't think it matters what you build though. I think it's the dollar value potentially of the one that you build. Like here, I'll show you what it does. Like let's say I want to make this here, watch. We want to make this merry-go-round fun. without me, like, messing with it. Gardens are nice, too. But we can do this. Oh, don't do that. Did you see the excitement rating go up? There's some type of radius around rides that if you add decorations, it raises their excitement level. So for instance, if I wanted to make this ride even cooler to people, it's like 479 right now. Let's say I add a bunch of cool stuff. There is a limit. I don't quite know what that limit is. It's probably like 8-bit or something for how many it can track. But you see, it doesn't really raise it a ton. But it does, I mean, it does. A lot of rides naturally end up right on the borderline between medium and high, or high to very high for the good stuff, so it can't hurt, besides the fact you have to pay for it. I think plants raise stuff better than... Maybe it doesn't. It might just be purely price. I do know that plants need to be watered, so we're not dealing with that. Because I don't know if they can reach. Yeah. Somewhere around here is probably around the limit of what it can add. And I'm not sure if, like, adding from the same theme... Like, I think the theme packs might be worth more than the standard stuff. But I think it's like 64 things, some 8-bit, 6 or 8-bit number or something. Alright, we're gonna build a mine coaster with our no dollars. We should wait till we get more dollar bucks. One thing I'm noticing about the dinghy slide, for it being this long, guests can't get on fast enough. You see how they're not getting on the ride fast enough? Oh, was it? It was being checked again, too? What is actually happening right now? To get on. Okay, so there is an issue with this ride. The issue with this ride is that you see how it's waiting for clearance for the next guy? That's a problem. So the next time we build this, there needs to be a drop or something at the start. See, that's what this game becomes, Ann. Don't let me ruin all your fun with this game. I'm trying to get the highest throughput of guests to empty their wallets as fast as possible. It's just like PoE, except there's no maps. Monorail cycles. You guys are sad. Give me something better than that. Well, let's go faster speed. One of the things they added was this fast speed, which is really nice. I think in the original game you could go like 2x or something, maybe 3x. But it would take... Like if you had the scenario 1 and you just wanted to go to the next one, very, very difficult. I really don't want a monorail. The only thing I can think of monorail is good for, but like, aren't there 2 park exits? Yeah, they can just leave. There are 2 park entrances and exits on this one. I have 4 years to hit? 3 years? 3 years to hit 1,200 guests! Oh dear. Uh-oh, no one wants to get on this ride anymore? Oh, no one wants to pay that much. It's alright, just charge $8. Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. This park map is a really good value. We may have to. We may have to adjust that. I've sold monorails to Broadway, Ogdenville, and North Haverbrook, and buy gum to put them on the map. Oh dear. Wait, is that from The Simpsons? Is that from The Simpsons monorail episode? We should have enough dollar bucks now to build the actual mine coaster of our dreams. Question is, where am I going to put the... I could just put it here. I'm just going to put it here. And then Homer the budding transit engineer or something. It ends up going pear-shaped, and he's the one to blame. What is this costing me? Way too much. So let's get a little bit of this. And it has to get back here at 0? Okay. I don't like what's happening here, though. This is way too much. I don't mind that it's going down. I do mind that it's kind of clumping the ride in a bad way. That's not useful. It's also not useful. How am I going to deal with this? Can I just cross the ride over? Yeah, let's just cross the ride over. Oh, gotta go a little bit further. Get rid of the bridge. Oh dear, I can't. Okay. Land not owned by the park. I'm not allowed to touch the bridge? Oh dear. That would have actually been a really cool idea had I thought of it. We're going to try it. I'm fearful that end of the ride is very extreme. Like super extreme. Oh yeah, music makes the ride more entertaining too, but I think any music in range is good enough. Notice my guests are going down because they're all broken. Look at, we have an actual issue. We're charging too much money. Well, let's get this ride up first, and then we'll deal with that. This ride is ridiculous. Might actually be pretty good, to be honest. That ending is really bad, though. That ending's like... I think I should actually just pay to build this further to the right. No, I always test. But we're in game mode now where we need rides that are... Uh-oh! We need rides that are efficient. For space reasons. It's like the biggest fun of the game is seeing how big of a number I can get. Number go up. Alright, we're gonna just try to make this ride more fun, I guess. This is way too much money, though. I'm not that. I'm too cheap. Let's do this. Okay, that's where we need to end. Something like that. Try again. We gotta build hype. The guests will actually like look at your rides too. They see they're in testing. I don't think it really does much. Am I not allowed? I'm not allowed. The roller coaster is very in the way. Well, duh, it's in the way. Where is the entrance? It's all over here. Perfect. Alright, are we better now? Close enough for government work. It's not the greatest, but it'll pass. It's kind of a long ride. Alright, once we're done scamming guests, I guess we have to make like everything free. I'm not even sure. But this is a legitimate problem in the park. That almost a quarter of my guests don't have any money. So there's a button you can use, this little eye. It'll tell you what all these morons are doing. All the peeps. Uh-oh, we got a new roller coaster. So we'll keep an eye on what some of these are doing. But for the moment, they're very happy guests, so there's that. But like, for instance, they can't afford a hot dog, so. We got a corkscrew coaster. The wooden roller coaster. Well, maybe this is actually one I don't mind so much. Well, they found a ride they could afford. Do I have a corkscrew coaster? No. I'm running out of space. Space. But surely we have to be very close to actually winning. I tend to build very large rides. This one go really high, so we're not going to do that. Maybe we will. How high do you go? Dang, dude. Let's see. Do you have the... You do not have that. Okay. Nope, now we're out of cash. See, they're still in the park, and they're not making me any money now that their pockets are empty. See, a new ride's being built. I'm very excited about this. I need some way to get this back over. Without interfering the boats. Give me more money. Give me more money. We're gonna have to, like, make the prices free or something. Okay, give me more dollar bucks, please. .3D cinema. Still short a dollar bucks. So I could put something else in this ride, but I don't need to do it right now. I hope not. We'll see. The safest park in the country. Wow, they're just gonna run themselves out of money on the pirate ship. All right, we'll try that. I'm curious if this is good enough. I don't think it's going to be, but I do want to see if it's good enough. still going to charge. And our guest count is going up. It's just not going up super fast. Increase the chain lift speed. Reverse trains is crazy. I couldn't imagine going on a roller coaster where you're in it in reverse. Not that I do a ton of coasters, and certainly not in any recent memory. Let's see if we can actually make the corkscrew. There's no way this ride isn't too extreme. Oh my word. Oh dear, this is bad. This is very bad. Oh dear. Well, how many G's did we just pull? Oh, I got to wait one more run. Oh man. That's very bad. There's no way this ride is safe. Well, I mean, no one's going to get hurt on it, but this is Puke City. There's no way this isn't Puke City. How bad are the lateral G's? So ideally we want to keep them under like 3. The graph will go red if it's a disaster. But what I've learned is a lot of the rides I was making before simply weren't exciting enough because they didn't... Oh, but one guest left the park. So we got 2 of those broke butts still in the park. Oh, okay, okay. But you see, we got... Okay. We're doing okay. The ride's actually not terrible. But we do have to address the elephant in the room that is... So what was the velocity at the point at 47 seconds? So we really need to not hit that corkscrew harder than about 40 miles an hour. Okay. So how are we doing that exactly? So I could just use a brake. How do I want to deal with it, I guess, is the real question. Because if I start deleting parts, hang on. It needs to be about 40 miles an hour. Can this all just be less? This can just go 1 lower. I wish I could just lower the entire ride by 1. See what happens. So we did 2 drops. And because there's no straight piece, I can't easily fix it. But now there will be a straight piece. So I will be able to fix this regardless of how this goes now. Reason being is that because I have a straight piece, I can now add... Oh, the other one left the park too. Can I just get more suckers into the park? Just bring me more suckers. So hopefully by lowering this a tiny bit, we may be able to fix the inversion situations. We just want to see if the lateral G's on this are better. And if they are, we're good. And if we're not good. Nope, it's still too extreme. Not by much, but it's still too extreme. So what needs to happen here is the velocity needs to be slightly less. It might not actually be too extreme, but it's pretty bad. I'm gonna guess it's like 11 intensity. See, that's too high. They hurt themselves? No, it's not as fun. They don't find the ride exciting. But now that we have this, we can actually apply a brake to get it down. Let's say 36. It also causes a lot of G-force to, like, slam on the brakes, too, I think. I don't know, man. That's... I don't have the stats up. This would be pretty crazy. I mean, it's a double... There's a double corkscrew. And then you're just kind of just spinning at 50 miles an hour. Let's just go do some donuts, Biba. 50 miles an hour. There we go. Problem solved. But no, the happy place is somewhere around 2 Gs, and I try to get it sustained because I think that makes it more fun. I've not really figured out like what's the best, but instead of getting rides that are like 4 or 5 excitement, I now get rides that are like 6 or more excitement pretty regularly. But we're also trying to like build like see the intensity rating's way less, so I'll actually keep this. Call it 6.0 because that's about good. All right, let's open this ride. Scam everyone. Oh dear, they gotta get off. Oh no. Dudes, you need to get away. Oh. Go somewhere else before I kick you off. Alright. Alright, that should be big enough. Oh, the support? Wait, I don't own this land? What? What? Oh, never mind. I'm just a dingus. It's easier to just think of me as such. Compact inverted coaster. When we have more dollar bucks, we'll build that one too. Yes, all of my guests get scammed. Get scammed into spending all of your dollar bucks. The dinghy slide keeps breaking down. I don't know. Slide needs to be addressed. Slide needs like half as much station. It takes. We can actually resolve this. Well, there's 2 ways to resolve this. First of all, just make them happy. Just put an entertainer down. We somehow have to get to 1,200 guests in the park. Somehow. Oh, no one wants to ride on this guy anymore. Too much dollar bucks. Now it's on heavy discount. So one thing we do once we're in year 2. Just when money starts raking in, is we sort this list, figure out who doesn't want to pay. This might also be why our guests stopped. Let's just make them $10. $10 is probably pretty safe to the end of the scenario without having to think about it. Fair enough. This bobsled coaster, $20,000 an hour. This game is way too good. Well, there we go. That was the issue. So, like, rides that no one wants to ride, I've also learned that, like, if they're negatively thought of, they also count against, like I don't want to say they don't count as a ride, but, like, that desirability is important in like, how many guests want to come to the park. Because they'll, like, it lowers that maximum I was talking about. But we do need more rides in order to win, I think. Oh, we got some right here. More scam. What else can we scam our guests with? Alright, let's give them... I'm not going to go too crazy here. $2 is fine. I'm not going to build some crazy long queue. Oh man, it's the drop tower. So I made a drop tower that I like because I think it's the more fun. It's the version everyone knows about drop tower. Oh, this one I'm not allowed to change the height on. The drop tower has to be placed at a particular height, I guess. It's okay, we'll just set it back here. $2 is fine. Alright. Wow, our park happiness is nearly the max. Yeah, the actual drop tower. So you can actually make this drop tower like 500 feet high or something and have it crash down. That's some stupid speed. And I got like 30 intensity or something from it. Alright, we may have done enough to win the scenario. How many are now running out of cash? 40. Okay, that's not the worst. Some run a little bit. Well, that was a good month. See, we fixed our profits diving into the abyss. Let's just advertise. Wait. Oh. We still don't have enough people in the park. But all of our rides now make money again, so that's good. What is the roto drop? I don't know that one. A ring of seats is pulled to the top. A tall tower that's rotating, then free fall. And how stupid is this ride? Let's find out. It's another one that just does this. So let's just put it next to this tower, huh? It's always a vertical tower. Do I just build it as high as it goes, or what? I'm going to build it as high as it goes and see how bad that is. Alright. Test it. Are there other modes? Free fall drop mode. This can only go wrong. There's no way. I bet you it's just like the other tower. This thing's going to hit terminal velocity, and that's going to be really bad. So it needs to be about 12 pieces high. Alright, our guests are now above 900, so that's good. What do we think the intensity and nausea of this ride's going to be? I'm going to go with it's going to be nearly 40. Maybe 45. Nausea's... One of them's going to be a little bit higher. I think the highest one's going to be about 45. And the other one's going to be about 40 or 35. Oh my word, is this high. I did hit the button like 100 times, right? It is above the tree line of the map. Oh dear. Alright, let's see it. It doesn't even say what the speed is. Oh, really? 25! Maybe it can't go higher than 25 in this game. Yeah, let's not do that. What is a reasonable number? How about 26? Try that many. Wait! Wait! I love it. I don't know if it's 80 miles an hour. That's probably about the max we can get out of it. About a 6.0 is probably all we can do. It's also Puke City, so give me a handyman whose job is solely to work here. This one that's broke is still in the park. They're still in the game. They got $6. This guy's nauseous. And he's out of money. He's been on just about everything, though. There's that. Well, let's see how many more people I can get in the park. I keep seeing the up arrow, which usually means there's a big influx of guests. But because of our new fleecing all of our guests, it does seem like we lose too many. But we could just start lowering all the prices so that people aren't leaving this quickly. I could just go here and just like make this 5. This guy 5. Park's on sale. Maybe that'll make it. Maybe so. We'll see if this actually increases the. It's gonna take several months to sort out, but it does mean that guests can just continuously get back in line. We don't need that many more to win this scenario either. Just make sure I have enough mechanics checking everything. Because when the scenario gets to year 3, everything will probably start to break down way more. Oh, we dropped the price on everything pretty significantly, so hopefully this gets us more peeps in the park. Really? I think that's all you got. I like hearing all the screams. That's like the best part. You don't like hearing the screams? The screams are how I know the rides like are being ridden and they work. Because if they aren't screaming, like they aren't buying on-ride photos. Sometimes, like when I was just like simming the game out back in the day, though, I'd go all the way over here and just wait for the time to move. Which you could just do. Swinging inverter ship probably needs to be built. Okay, we're now above 1,000 guests. So you see how slowly it moves? It's not moving very fast. We only need to get to 1,200 though, so it's not like this is insurmountable. Let's go build the ship. There may be a plugin if you're really interested in that, Ant. There might be a plugin. Yeah. Also wins the stream. You haven't streamed in like forever. Here I am. Just a million things I'm trying to get done. And I managed to find an hour to play this game. This is calming music. Oh yeah, I owed you a ride color. There you go. I don't know why we're not getting more guests. So this is the part I don't know. Like I gave you what I know about it. All I have is guests that are running out of cash. I mean, if we have to build more rides, that's what we have to do. The later scenarios, like even the ones that I've unlocked. Oh, we also have to add for the park. That's a big part of this. The ad for the park ran out. And the ad for the ride and the two. So we'll make sure that those are going. But you see, I got 1 year to go, and I still need 200 guests in the park. So do I just, like, cheesily build? Like, I know building the same ride doesn't really help you that much. But if it's really that necessary to do, I guess we have to do it, right? I might need to move this. This is just not in a good location. Yeah, go there. Could even be a crowding issue, to be honest. I don't think it's... I mean, they'd be complaining if it was crowding. But I do know if they keep passing footpaths where there's a lot of people. But usually, like no one more than like 10 people are mad about something. I just got a lot of people that feel very sick. Which is not the worst issue. I'm going to make a save as here in case we lose. Because now there's only 1 year to go. Is there any ride we have that we haven't built? We have one other coaster. We have a couple other coasters. We still appear to be pretty short. It's just guests going broke. $150 to go. If this mechanic truly annoys you, there is some other way to... I don't know if it's a plugin or like when you set up OpenRCT2, there was an option to change the guest mechanics. And then there's also a plugin that shows you what the current cap is. But I think just controlling how quickly they're running out of cash and leaving is helping. Because we still have 6 months left, and now we're at 1100, so I think we have it. Oh, I can solve that. Sweep the good sweep. There's probably a lot of puke everywhere. Yeah, see, I can't get them to 1200. Let's add the top spin. Alright, people are getting on that. I'm out of cash. Did we just make everything free and see what happens? Because we're still not there. Well, I know that's bad. If anything is broken down, that also hurts. It hurts big time. Just make everything way cheaper, I guess. If everything is way cheaper, then like... Well, that was the most expensive thing I have, so... From here, I don't think lowering everything more, unless I made everything free. I don't think at this point anyone, like, let's see, running out of cash will probably reduce. But even if these, like, 50 people don't continuously reappear. But so, like, what I look like here is, like, kind of what the equilibrium number is. Like, obviously people are getting a lot of nausea in my park. There's a lot of thrill rides. But the running out of cash was at, like, 50 to 60, and now it's kind of dumping to, like, 30. 38. We're still going broke. But you can see we're now up to 1130, and I don't have an ad campaign running. Well, there's still a lot running out. See, but the problem is they all have to filter all the 1,000 guests in my park have to start like filtering out because they don't have any money. And I think if you want to run the strategy that I'm running is at some point, once you have $43,000, you need to adjust the costs in your park, or just don't charge as much as I was. Like if I was charging $7 a ride, maybe we never hit this issue. Because now we're in June, and we're close to losing. All because I'm charging like way too much. Make the drinks free. We'll just do all of these. Is this enough to get us there? Do this ride a bazillion times. I don't think many of those vouchers and things are particularly effective because I'm not charging for it anyways. And I think that matters. 1150. 1160. There you go. That was the difference. Look at that. We built a really cool park. Look at that. Let me take a screenshot. This is a good one. You can also just zoom out if you don't want to hear the screams, too. But I'm usually watching something. But there you go. I think I'm going to wrap it up here in a minute. Let's look at what the next scenario is. Yes, that was the fourth one on this. But you'll notice that a lot of these early ones, I had to get a lot of guests in the park. Fun. This one's the 1400, so I'm going to have to figure this out again. Funtopia. What does Funtopia have? Oh, dear. Is there any land for purchase? No. But it's a nice flat land. I do like that. Initial thoughts? I got 2 coasters. They're the same type of coasters. Yeah, thanks for the GGs. We're not charging an entrance fee. This is something they started doing in the expansions. Like what I was telling you. Like if I go to this one, you'll notice you can't... This is fixed. And this is when I wouldn't say I got totally annoyed, but like it really did change a lot of my strategy. Like this is part of the original game. The second expansion, you can no longer charge for admission. And then in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, I think they went back to a hybrid, but certain scenarios you could charge, and certain scenarios you can't charge for the entry. Or like rides are free, but the entry's not. You only can do one or the other, I think. So once I get to the end of this expansion, I go to Loopy Landscapes, I have to do what I was doing in the prior scenario. What do we start with? Train. Oh, we have a lot of rides. Okay, so this one's probably easier than the prior one. Like this is already money to me. Like to me, if I was to charge just for... That's another strategy that you... Maybe I'll try this on this one, is I'll charge for the entry to the park. The other thing is that there's... So if they say it's a good value, that means your price is too low. But it's still a good value. Like that does have a value. If they say the price is... If they say it's too expensive, it's already way too expensive. Like... To charge just below the too expensive cost, people are still mad about it. So like park entry fee, people are actually still going to be mad that your park entry fee is... Does that make sense? It's like if your park entry fee is $40, but the message that show... This is for the message that shows if you're charging too much for the entry fee to your park. If that were to show up at $50, $40 is still too high and you're scaring away potential people you can scam. Or potential guests. So like if you wanted to have maximum amount of influx of guests, you gotta cut prices on all of your rides to basically... I mean, I guess that's the test, is on the prior scenario, I could have actually reduced the price on everything to free for both entry and for the rides, and then see what that floated out to be. But I think if you have good value, you get the maximum number of people. So maybe this is why I was doing so well with hybrid approach on the earlier scenarios, where I could get to the number I needed to get to, because I wasn't getting penalized for overcharge. That's probably what the issue is. It's probably averaging out, because I'm not charging for the entry fee, but I am charging for the rides. It's looking at that 1 to 4x difference between good value and too expensive. And if I'm charging like 3x the good value price, that's too... I'm scaring away potential people to come into the park. Does that make sense? So a certain percentage, a certain number are leaving all the time because they're broke and they're just leaving, because people just leave the park too. The number coming in is reduced from what it normally should be, just to inflow, and it's going to take a very long time to reach that equilibrium, and why these scenarios are now taking 3 years to complete, because of this issue. So maybe I'll try hybrid approach on this scenario, or just charge for the entry fee to the park, or just charge good value. Um, the problem with hybrid is I know immediately it's a 1/4 reduction. So if you could charge $40 to get into the park, you now have to charge $10. And if the rides would normally be around $8, you now have to charge like $2. So there you go. I need to stop scamming guests. But all right, I'm gonna call it there. Is Brood still going? I think they finished their run, right? I think they finished their run. Also, my mic seems to be hitting the red zone for no reason at all. So sorry if that was happening. I'm just noticing it's doing that. So I have to turn it down a little bit. Yeah, see you, Bebo. Watch out. What do you call it? Um, oh, Eat It Up's playing No Man's. I guess we got. I guess we got to go to Eat It Up. You think it's fine? Okay. I just see occasionally it's hitting the red zone, but it's not like, yeah, it's not hitting. It's not hitting that bad. It's just right on the edge. So I try not to yell. Also, my voice has been bad, but I didn't adjust the mic, so it could be like when Windows decides to change its thing over. But yeah, see y'all hopefully tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. Voice is because I've been hitting my voice with, not my voice, but like allergy pills, allergy sprays, you name it. I don't really think what's happening is the COVID situation. I think it's just allergies, the post nasal drip from sinus stuff, and just this is the pollen is ridiculous. Like allergies outside are really, really, really bad, and people are like burning wood and shit. So I don't know, but that's my best guess. But I've been hitting it with everything that every doctor has given me, and maybe well, I think certain devices like Discord and stuff take over the volume button, and they can change the like 60 to 100%. So I usually have the mic on Windows to 100%. So I don't know why this is an issue, but it's possible when I moved the thing, I also turned the knob. But I haven't done any like voice recording or anything in a while. So, ooh, maybe I did. I did have an important phone call with an insurance company or something, and that call needed to be recorded. That might be the issue. I don't know. You said it's not terrible, but we'll have a peek at it if it's bad. Anywho, let's go see